provider. What's wrong with that? It's really hard to respect a man that you have to pay for. If a man cares about how much money you make, he's scheming. If the man is insecure about you.
Oh, hey guys. I was just making some notes for a friend who's. How is everybody? How are we doing? Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy, Deanna Downey, Robin Miners. Hey, Laura Lou. Is it Simone? Hey, Aileen, Marissa Martin. That dude makes me laugh. Hey, Lumen, did you hear all of that? I totally agree with this, by the way. You guys just listen to this for a second. Tony Scuta.
No man with real money cares if she's a gold digger. They just don't. Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score. Listen, you should say that you're a gold digger. You should tell people. You should lead with that. Women should be gold diggers. Women should look for a provider. What's wrong with that? It's really hard to respect a man that you have to pay for.
I was just doing some light research on some things for an upcoming, some content, really, just content. Hey, Abigail, Alex Moore, hey, Piper, Mods, thank you for being here. Marie Marion, Donna Marie, December made it. Thank you, December. Witchy Trista, Silver Lining, Megan Roberts, HB from LBC. Thank you, guys. I got sunburned again today, so that's why I'm half naked. Hope you don't mind. And I have no bra on because I can't do it. Renee B, hey, Tired Madge, hey, Martin, hey, Adele, Liz Trix. We're catfishers, not gold diggers. 100p. Hey, Lumen, Muffet Lou, Liz Delgado. He does make good sense. Yeah, the sound every time he drops a truth bomb. Mrs. EP, Linda G. Hey, Armine, thank you. Hey, Peggy Collins. Yeah, aspire to inspire me too. Hey, Laker Dog. Well, that too. And I don't have big boobs, so I can get away with not wearing a bra. Hey, Amy Edge. Amy, did you send, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody who sent something from the Amazon wish list. I have some food was sent for Finn, but she just wrote Amy, and I don't know which Amy that would be. So if that was you, Amy Edge, whoever that was, thank you so much. And then somebody sent him that powder that you guys, lysine powder. So thank you for that, guys. Whoever got him something from the wish list, that was really kind. Hey, Dotsy Lynn, Trish O, cute, Megan, I like that. Trixie, welcome. Hey, Galen. Yeah, this is why I've always been kind of glad I don't have, okay, not Amy Edge, so different Amy, whoever that Amy is. I have a close friend that has huge boobs. You guys know Michelle, I've talked about her. Pepper Jelly, she's always said to me, Reese, you don't want big boobs. Like you can't go braless. And she said you can't wear like button downs. Kind of looks like I can't either. But she said it's really not fun. You haven't been here a long time, Teddy Bear Scott. Nice to see you and welcome back. Yeah, I don't go out in public without a bra on, but I don't have big boobs. So I definitely I don't have that issue. Do I prefer blush or bronzer? Renee B, definitely blush. I don't often use bronzer. I don't even know if I have bronzer anymore. I have that contour stuff, but I haven't been wearing it since I got way too much sun. I feel like that would just, wow, Pepper Jelly. I feel like that would just make things worse. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Kat. Wow. Aspire to inspire. Yeah, you have bodacious Bahama Mamas, as does Pepper Jelly. Hey, do and be better. Wow, Chrissy Twig. Yeah, that's crazy. I really don't envy that. I've never wanted fake boobs because I'm afraid of surgery, but also I don't want the hassle. Like, I'm sure they're fun. Honestly, I'm sure big boobs are fun. I'm sure you get noticed a lot more. It'd be amazing if my boobs had ever met each other. They don't even know. You don't know that you even exist. So it would be cool to have cleavage, but I think I would just want it for like a day or two just to see what it's like. I will keep what I have. I really don't want the back pain that comes with it. Like I've heard a lot of yeah, Aspire to Inspire said it sucks. It sucks. Hey, Killy Billy. I need to get some sun, but dang, it's yeah, Huxley. So yeah, heavy. That sounds awful. Huxley and I were outside doing, we were doing work outside today. I did a lot of weed pulling and then I took a shower. Hang on just a second, guys. Hold on. There we go. Thank you so much. Oh, Robin Miners. Hey, Casey. Yeah, it's a lot. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I think big boobs are gorgeous. Like I like how they look, but I would not want the hassle of them. They're pretty to look at. And like, I know that men and women find them attractive, but it just sounds like it's not worth the cost. Like even, thanks, Andy. I think this is a nightshirt, but I found it at the Goodwill a couple weeks ago. It just seems like one, you pay a lot in, like my friend said, she has to buy really expensive bras because it's actual work. You have to like, they're heavy and they have to be held. I don't think I would want to. As beautiful as they are, and I think boobs are really hot. And I know guys agree with me on that. I'm glad I don't have big boobs. Hello, yes, Reese, here's my late fee. Tax big hugs. Love you, Joanne Holly. And thank you, babe. God, that dog is so cute, Joanne. Thank you for your super chat. Love you, girl. Yes, Trixie, that is correct. Yeah, that's insane, Chrissy Twig. And also just not being able to wear certain clothing because your boobs don't fit, but like everything else fits. It just sounds terrible to me. I feel bad for you gals. Yeah, very expensive. And then you end up having to pay, some of you, because I've talked to a lot of women who have to get, hey, Diana H, have to get breast reductions because it just, at some point in your life, it just gets to be too much and they're too heavy. I don't think so. It's not for me. That isn't for me. Hey, Susan Cook. Good for you, Kestrel. Yeah, Trixie, I would not personally want to get fake boobs, but I think they're cool looking. And if you didn't have to have surgery to do it, I'd give it a try because I think boobs are really cool. What a weird sentence. So I was doing some outdoor stuff today as I got sunburned. And then I did, before I went outside, I was doing some boob sweat too. Yeah, that's bad enough. I already have food sweat. Like, I don't need boob sweat. Yeah, Mrs. EP. Good for you, Kat. See, my boobs have never, if I gain weight, my boobs don't get bigger. It all goes to my tummy. So I really hate that. I wish I was one of those people that, like, Kat just said she lost 40 pounds, which amazing, by the way, and her boobs are smaller. Like, when I gain weight, my boobs go, nothing happens. You know, I will say this though. My sister and I thought that my mom got a boob job when she was like 55. We talked about her, like, we were gossiping about her, like, for a while. Like, she wasn't our mom. Like, it was some lady at the office that we don't like. I always do cream or liquid. Renee B, I don't do powder anything makeup wise except my mattifying powder that I put on. I pretty much do all cream or liquid makeup. We actually thought my mom got a boob job, and we didn't ask her about it. Instead, we just gossiped behind her back, like a lot of people on YouTube do. Instead of just asking her. I know, Sassy, I got too much sun today. Good for you though, Henry's World today. I'm hot. It's burnt. I'm burnt. Hey, that's amazing. Look at that. My tits once won a wet t-shirt contest, then Gravity hit. That's amazing. I hope that you have a bunch of pictures of those. That's incredible. She didn't though. Like, we talked about it for a good year and we were like, isn't it weird that mom got a boob job and didn't tell us? And then I think it just came up once and I was like, Mom, how come you didn't tell us that you got your tits done? She was like, what? I didn't get my boobs done. Hey, Michelle P. She just said that they got big, like in her, yeah, it's dark, Raymond. I really got a lot of sun today. I tan pretty quickly. She just said her boobs got bigger in her 50s and I can't wait. Like, there's hope. I think it could happen. I've heard other women say that their tits grew like into their 5th decade of life. You know, it's only right too. It feels fair to me. Like, if we're going to go through menopause and our fallopian tubes are going to dry up and strangle us, I feel like we should at least get a nice set of bodacious Bahama mamas. Yeah, Kestrel, you can go get measured. Yes, Sassy, being Italian, do you get a, hi, squeaky boy, come here. Do you get a burn first, then tan? Yes, I tan really fast though. Do you hear him? The milk isn't worth the squeeze. I know you. Hey, babe. Yes, and I love your picture. And speaking of bodacious Bahama mamas, looking hot, looking just right. It looks right to me. If I was a guy, look out. Thank you for your super chat. Camille, where's my little baby boy? There's my little boy. What is my Finn voice? Are you guys concerned? Hey, Kiki, look at my little boy. Donna, my Finn voice is different. It's very different. It's a natural thing that occurred. It's an organic sound. That's my little boy. It's weird though, and I'm not even sure that he likes it. Is he so cute today? Hims is so cute today. I was in here this morning cleaning this office and just spending time. I came in first this morning and I thought, I'm just going to sit with him like I normally do. And I sat with him for like 15 minutes. And then does anybody else do this? Does anybody, like, I think it's an ADD thing. Do you sit for a minute in a room and you're like, I should organize that. And then you get busy. That's what happened. Abigail, hey, Reese, can't say, but I wanted to leave you with this scripture. And I hope you saw my Facebook message about tomorrow. I did not. I'll have to go look. Hey, Malevolent Queen. Yeah, Dawn, he's Donna. Grace and peace be yours in abundance. Ooh, I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. Abigail, thank you, babe. And thanks for being here for the minute that you could. I appreciate your super chat. And that's a good one. Thank you, babe. Have a good evening. Hey, Lori Lee. Did I answer you, Lori Lee? I feel like I did, but I'm not sure if I did. I read your email and then I went to text you a little bit ago and I can't remember if I sent it. Hey, Ghostwriter. So does anybody else do that? I was literally sitting here this morning holding him and I was like, that's my little boy. And I was talking in my weird voice. And then I was like looking over there and I was like, there's a closet in there that I don't know anything about. I should look into it sometime. Hey, just Jen. And then I went in there and the last that closet was left was Mr. You remember Mr. Scoville. He like put all these boxes in there and stuff. And I mean, as he should, I'm glad he did, but I've not really gone through a lot of it. So Finn went with me into the closet and I said, which one should we do first? Muffet Lou, I love the way your watchband matches the trim on your camisole. Thank you. I did that on purpose. You look great and your tan is getting prettier and prettier. Muffet Lou, I love you, girl. Thank you so much. That's cool that you noticed. Thank you. I tried to get my glasses to match it as well. I tried to find a lip stain that would match it, but I couldn't quite get one. I did see it, Lori. I read your email and I was really impressed by it. I just can't remember if I hit send. I typed up a whole response. So silly. Hey, Jackie C4. Yeah, thanks, Muffet Lou, for noticing. Hey, Jam Jam. I sit in a room and forget why I'm there. Who doesn't do that? Or you walk into a room. I did that yesterday in the kitchen. I was like, I came in here for something. I don't know what it was. Leslie, I love you, girl, and I'm happy to see you. Thank you for your super chat. Hey, beautiful. I hope Huck's had a great dinner. My kiddo turned 12 today. Happy birthday to your child, Jam Jam. I love that. We had a great dinner last night. I took Huxley out to dinner, guys. It was kind of a last minute thing. And I just said, get dressed. I said, I'm going to take you out to dinner because you finished ninth grade today. And I was going to do it like next week. And I thought, nah, I'm just going to take him out to dinner. And it was really fun. It was really, really good time, actually. We enjoyed each other's company. Hey, Margie Barr. So we organized the closet and I found something that I had been looking for quite some time. I wanted to share something with you guys. And it's weird. Look at my little boy. Look at him. Look at my little boy. God, so cute. Hey, Christine Baker. Jenny Stout. I feel like I haven't seen you for like a week. Yeah, Jam, definitely. Please do. I found some things. Hey, Kavik. I love that you're here. You usually catch the replay. I'm happy to see you, babe. I know, Don Moore. It just came out of nowhere. And I can't stop doing it now. And I just want to say, my little boy. I just don't want to stop. Oh, he seems to, well, maybe he doesn't like it. Oh, he's a feather. But you guys, hey, Laura Dupree, his hair, his fur is so much smoother. It was like rough. When I brought him home, it was all icky feeling. And he is so smooth and soft now. And I don't feel his ribs as much. He's been eating a lot. Hey, Joy Lee, that's my little boy. You guys are going to just have to get used to it like I am because it's weird and I can't stop. So I apologize in advance, but just do what you need to. Step out if you have to, but please come back. Okay. All right. So I was going through some things and I got a little sad. And also, where is Joe Virus? Where is my period? Has anybody seen it? I don't know what that means, Theta Baby. It's kind of a frightening sentence, but thank you. Has anyone seen my period? Will you guys please reach out via email or text? Oh, great, because I have plans tomorrow. That's great. If anybody's seen it, if anybody's seen her, please send her my forwarding address. And just, if you would, because I can't find her and I'm starting to get concerned because I'm mopey. Hey, Julia, I'm mopey and I feel like it should be here. Well, I don't usually get boob pain with my period and I don't have anything there. But what's happening? Has anybody seen her? Has anybody heard anything about her? Have any other content creators said anything about her? Has anybody done any streams on her that I don't know about? What's going on? Because I haven't had sex since like January 11th. So what's happening? No? Okay. So I was going through some stuff today and this is crazy. This is from a place I used to work. I found some things that I want to show you guys. I found some Scientology stuff that I really want to show you guys. But before we do that, this is really cool. I can't show you, well, this is from a long time ago. April 22nd, 2006 is the postmark on it. And hey, Sherry Taylor. And this lady mailed this card to me. This is the cutest card. And I saved it. I save cards. I'm kind of sentimental like that. Look how cute that is. Those two little girls are so cute. Hey, Damasio. And this lady mailed this to my job at my my eye care place, which was called Discover Vision in Kansas City is where I used to work. See, she wrote Reese Discover Vision. And she mailed this to me. I was a technician for the ophthalmologist, and I wanted to read this because it made me feel all warm. She said, Reese, just wanted you to know how much I enjoyed talking with you during my recent eye exam. You are a jewel, and don't forget it. If you ever want to chat, give me a call. Best of luck to you as you pursue the police academy. I forgot that I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a police officer. That's why I had eye surgery. I was going to go to the police academy, and I was sitting there telling her about it during the eye exam. And that was around 2006 is when I had my eye surgery. And guess why I couldn't be a cop? Scientology. They don't allow it. Okay, Raymond. Well, I can send you money for that. I didn't realize that was going to cost money. So just tell me how much it is and I'll Venmo you. Sort of Muffet Lube, but in a better way. And then I got another one. This is from 2006, May 2006. And I thought this was so nice. Hey, Buffy. Because I never got, the reason this meant so much to me, and I saved these, I think, they sent me a Panera gift card. The reason I saved these is because I don't think I didn't get a lot of communication like this in Scientology. This was from the real world. And I think I saved it for the validation. And this says, Reese, belated birthday present. Take a friend or coworker to lunch. Enjoyed our conversation. You're a standout. And I just thought that was so nice. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know why I made a pile of shit. I had a pet guinea pig that ate this photo. You can see. This is, yeah, hey, true to it. This is my parents' wedding picture. It got eaten by a guinea pig that I had, but isn't that crazy? Look at my dad. Look at his hair. Hey, Cliff Ann. Look at how cute my mom is. Buffy, he's doing good. I mean, that is a killer ass suit. Like, that's a cool suit. If I get remarried, I would love for my guy to wear a suit like that. Yeah, true to it. My mom was curious as hell about what we talked about the other day. My mom was like, is she a good witch? And I was like, I think so. I don't really hang out with bad witches, Mom. Thank you, Muffet Lou. Yeah, well, my mom is very Italian. That's my mom's. Aren't they cute? I mean, my dad, of course, was evil, but like still a cool picture. Anyway, I found that today. Now, I found some photos today that I wanted to show you guys. And I thought this would be a fun show and tell. And it made me very sad. I found a bunch of pictures of when I was on staff at the Church of Scientology. I was 16 in these photos because the date is on the back of them. I joined when I was 14, but I don't have any. Well, maybe there are some pictures from when I was 14, but Dan O'Connor is in these pictures with me. Kat, did you see that Better Call Daddy podcast posted a really nice short about you? How great you are at recognizing and calling out your people here? No. Oh my God, I'll have to go look. That's amazing, Kat. I love Rena. She's so nice. She was in our chat the other day. I love that girl. Wow, I'll have to go look. Thanks for your super chat, Kat. Proof, Kestrel. Yeah. And I found pictures of when I went to the Church of Scientology at the St. Hill building in Sussex, England. When I was 16, I flew to Sussex for, I became a patron, which is a level of donating. It's $40,000. And I became a patron. And it was in October. And it's every year. That's called the Patrons Ball. It's a black tie ball at St. Hill. And David Miscavige gave me my award. And I have some pictures of him here. I was in the UK for 2 weeks. I went to Germany for a protesting march for religious freedom. I went to Hamburg. So I was in London for a week, and I was in Germany for a week. And I found a picture of the protest and everything. So I thought this was really cool. Yeah, I found these today, Buffy. I was cleaning out the closet in here, and I needed to find one of these pictures, and I'm so glad I found them. That is the largest female hosted podcast on the entire internet. Really? I was on her show. Better Call Daddy is? I didn't know that. I was on her podcast, what, like a year ago, I think? That's amazing. Thanks for your super chat, babe. Hey, Lemster. Thanks, Lemster. So I want to show you guys, not all of these are from London. Some of these, like I said, are from my time on staff. Do you guys remember the story I told you when I went into the Sea Org when I was 7? And when my dad came and got me that night? Yeah, okay, Tashbit said, you're thinking, call her daddy. That's, okay, that makes sense. Hey, Shaby. Hey, love it. Reese, you have been such an inspiration to take better care of myself, and I appreciate you so much. Audrey, I love that. Wow. I feel like we've talked a little bit about that before. Thank you, Audrey. That makes me feel really warm. I love it when you guys tell me things like that. Like you start wearing lip stain, or you're doing something for yourself, or you're seeing a therapist, whatever it may be. I love that, Audrey. Thank you for telling us that. That's an amazing share. Thank you for your super chat, babe. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember me when my dad came and picked us up and we left? And I said that he had a 67 Pontiac GTO. I found a picture of it and I was like, ooh, I kind of want, unless you guys don't remember that story, but this was it. This was such a cool car. And my dad was, as you know, a pool hustler. Can you read his license plate? It says, rack 'em up, like a pool table. That was the car that I laid in the back seat. I'm going to get emotional. Hey, Peace Lady. When we left that night in the Sea Org, he put the, I said he put the top down and I laid in the back seat. And I remember looking up at the stars, but the license plate says rack 'em up. But that was my dad's 67 Pontiac GTO. It was such a cool car. It's amazing that I have these pictures. He also had, and you can see the GTO in the background, he also had this. He had a 55 Chevy, and the license plate on that one says no teasers. It was a really cool car. Yeah, we could Renee B if there's time. Absolutely. You know, I'm up for that. Yeah, it was a really cool car. I found a picture of my dad. I used to go fishing with him, but this wasn't me. I didn't take this. This is just a picture that I have for some reason. Here, I'll turn this down. Weird, right? Do you guys remember Max, my Siamese cat that my dad had declawed? Remember I told you that story when he was like, what year is it? It's a 67, Buffy. It was a 67 GTO. Do you remember Max, my Siamese that he, hey, Sandy Kovacs, welcome back, that he had declawed? And I told that story like a month ago. It wasn't that long ago. That was Max. Of course, he looks like every other Siamese, but he was a really cool cat. That was my childhood cat. Why do I feel like my nose is bleeding? Because it is. Oh man, I get bloody noses when we get towards summer. I don't have any Kleenex in here. Let's hope that it just, no, I haven't shown these to Huxley yet. I do have pictures of my snake, but I didn't see any in this. Hey, Lydia. I know, I thought you would like that, Raymond. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to feel this out and see if I need a Kleenex. Oh yeah. Hey, Hux. Can you do me a favor? I got to get a box of Kleenex. Can you bring me some toilet paper? My nose is bleeding. Can you bring me some toilet paper? Just like some rolled up toilet paper. We don't have any Kleenex. Oh no, I've been getting bloody noses since I was a child, like little child. I get them all the time. That should work. Thank you. Do we have any? Oh, it's almost gone. The one in the living room. It's okay. This is fine. Thank you. It's not bad. You've never had a bloody nose, Limster? Oh my God. My mom gets them. My aunt gets them. It's very hereditary. I get them all the time. I've never gotten one. Oh, Yadira. I've never gotten one on a show before. Hey, Mandy Harper. Oh, man. What a bummer. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Don Moore. Hey, Crystal Primo. Hold on, guys. Just give me a second. Hey, Bobby. Welcome, Crystal. Oh, God. I get these all the time. I can tell when it's happening. Huh? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think I can do this at the same time. I just found a cute picture of my mom with our old German Shepherd. Isn't that cute? Look how tiny my mom is. Why am I so overweight? No, I don't, teacher mama. Probably Cliff Ann. I tend to get them more. Well, that's not true. I get them in the winter too. Hell's bells. Oh, I've had to go to the emergency room before for a bloody nose that wouldn't stop. Isn't my mom cute? Look at how little, look at how tiny my mom's waist is. Oh, shit. Okay. Hey, Hux. Yeah. I might need a little bit more toilet paper. Yeah, yeah, I will. I'll take the roll. Thanks. Thank you. We're gonna have to get some Kleenex when we go to Costco. Just in case. Okay. I know. Well, true to it, I don't know that my mom would come on a stream. I don't know that she would, but we can talk about her in our next stream. So that picture of my mom. Oh, I'm fine. Guys, I mean it. I've been getting these as long as I can remember. Time keeps on slipping into the future. All right. That's a little Pink Floyd action. I like it. Wanda, I know. Guys, I know. You're going to tell me don't blow my nose. I know. Thank you for being a member, babe. Mandy Harper, that is so nice. Thank you, babe. That's very sweet. My mom's favorite recipes are probably stuff from my grandma. Oh, yeah. Why did I say Pink Floyd? It's not Pink Floyd. It's Steve Miller. My grandma's meatballs, probably. I don't like to put my head back for a bloody nose because then I start coughing because all the blood rolls. All the doctors I ever worked for said always lean forward when you have a bloody nose because you don't want to swallow all that blood. It can give you a stomach ache and it makes me cough because it's just so metallic and gross in my throat. It doesn't really help me, Lori Lee, to do that. It's going to go away, guys. It'll go away quickly. It always does. Hey, Misfits. I think we're good. Okay. You don't mind looking at these pictures with me, do you? I know that you're going to like the ones when I get to the Scientology, which I think we're there. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping. Oh my God. Look at this one of my mom. This is her natural hair color. My mom, like, it's incredible how pretty my mom is. Look at my mom. My blood pressure is always perfect. Look how pretty my mom is. She looks like a celebrity. Okay, good, Jenny. I'm glad. It makes total sense why my mom was such a dish and all the guys liked her. She's so pretty. I know. She does. She does look like a witch, doesn't she? Don't start, Muffet Lou. That song is such an earworm. She's very witchy. She's pretty witchy. I want to fly like an eagle. Dee dee dee. Blee, 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 blee. All right, everybody, you're about to witness something. You're about to witness YouTube in its most purest. All righty, here we go. I just swallowed a blood clot. All right, so I was in London. Well, should we start here first? I'll start with my days on staff. You guys have never seen these. Nobody has ever seen these. I think this is wild. Hold on just one sec. Okay. Hey, Mona. Hey, DNV. Okay. Here's Dan O'Connor. I took this picture. January 17th, 2000. Okay, good. Thank you. This is Dan. No. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry. I know that's rude and I hate it. I took this picture. This is Dan. I faked these. This is Dan and his sister, Kathy. Do you guys remember the phone call with Kathy? Hey, Lindy. You know Dan. Hold on. Sorry, guys, this is important. Hey, DOA loves rainbows. Okay, I disagree, but I asked, so it makes sense that you would say that. Where is it? Oh, Dan, do you remember Kathy, who I recorded their phone call? This is Dan and Kathy. See these are, by the way, right here, right here. These are PC folders. That's what a PC folder looks like. That was in the Kansas City org. Crazy, right? I don't think I'll cry during this. I cried earlier when I looked at these. You guys want to see a picture? Hey, Llama Lisa, I have a picture of me. This is also January 17th, 2000. I was 16. This is me at my office, in HCO. And this is where the fax machine incident happened. Right in front of this desk is where it happened. I got a little emotional about it earlier. But this is me when I was 16. Helena, guys, you can't because I'm holding it up. So that's okay. We just won't. I'm a little embarrassed because I'm so ugly. See over here? That's the bridge to total freedom. See the book? No, oh, you can't probably see it. It says HCO written on the book. That's where I worked, in HCO. That's me when I was on staff. Crazy. The cabinet behind me, that black tall file cabinet, that's where you kept all the ethics files. Thanks, guys. I would open those every single day and file reports. So if you wrote a report on somebody, that's where the knowledge reports all went. So in case anybody wondered if I really was a Scientologist, I had to point that out. There's the bridge to total freedom. And written on this book, it says HCO. Crazy, right? I was 16. It's from January 17th, 2000. I was 16. Crazy. Okay. Isn't that crazy, you guys? Okay, fake. So you were 16 when your father turned on you because Scientology told him to choose between you and his journey to total freedom. Yes, that is right when it all went down. I was 16. Hey, Jennifer Eber. So that is where, who would fake being a Scientologist? Oh my God, that's true. This is right almost when it happened. So this was January 17th, 2000. Hey, T. Louise. What happened with Dan on that day was, I believe, around May 17th, 2000, because that's when my hospital records were from. And I went to the hospital that day that the fax machine thing happened. So this was a few months right before the whole thing. And this is exactly where it happened. Right in front of this desk, right here, is where Dan choked me and threw the fax machine at my face. That's HCO. So nobody is allowed in there except HCO personnel. Crazy, right? Makes me a little sad. And that's Dan and his sister Kathy in her office. She was the OES, the Organizational Executive Secretary. And then there was some other pictures of us on staff. Where are they? Oh, here it is. Okay. So do you guys remember Alex Carr, who sang at Liz's funeral? This is my only other picture that I found from when I was on staff. Hey, Kimberly in Japan. Thank you for your super chat and your kind words last night. Thank you. Was your sister still in Scientology? No, Don Moore. She had been out for a long, long time. So this is a picture of Alex Carr doing a drill on me. You can see him holding me by the arm. And Dan is a part of the drill. We were doing TRs. And Alex has the tie on. And me and Dan, I was 16 in this photo. We were doing TRs. So there's Alex. See him grabbing my arm? That's Dan O'Connor, everybody. Yes, Kells Bells. Crazy, right? It's crazy to me. But that's Faxman Dan, and that's Alex Carr. Why is he touching you? Because we're doing a drill. Whoops. We were doing a drill. You touch a lot in Scientology when you're doing TRs. So he's holding on to me. You do that when you're training to be an auditor. So you say, like, if I, like, you purposely do this when you're doing training, they'll go, look at that wall. And I won't do it. The person will go, good. And they'll let go of your face. So, like, it's very touchy. It's very touchy. Weird question, but it looks so bare bones there in there. Were you guys even allowed to have personal things to make the, oh God, no. No, only pictures of L. Ron Hubbard, Lori Lee. Stephanie, thank you for becoming a member, babe. That's really nice of you. Guys, I appreciate that very much. Yeah, but he's touching me because we're doing a drill. So he's having somebody, like, he's giving a command and he's see Dan is following the command. He's like pointing or he's doing something to like direct the attention that way. Thank you, Marisa Robertson. Good to see you. And I'm looking away on purpose because I'm not following direct. I mean, it may not be on purpose. It may just me being my typical self. Why is his hand in the air? Because they direct. So they will say, look at that wall. When you do almost anything, any kind of drilling in Scientology, if you do an assist, like if I gave you a locational, I would say, look at that light. Good. Look at that picture. So it's a lot of that. You're doing a lot of directing and touching. There's a lot of touching. So Alex is giving a command and he's telling me to do it and he's holding on to me and Dan is doing it and I'm not. Typical me. This is why I don't cut my hair short. I often wonder, I'm like, should I cut my hair? But my hair is really long and it would take forever to grow it back. Hold on, I'm freezing. Turn it up so it's warmer. Thank you, son. This is the problem with a sunburn. Some memories are joyful and some are painful, but it's all about the journey. Look at you now. I love you, K-Fic. Thank you for saying that. And guys, I mean, it brought me to where I am now, right? I mean, I'm very grateful every day for what I have now and where I'm at. And I wouldn't be here if I wasn't there first. That's kind of how I look at it. So yes, you're right. But you guys have done for me what I'm doing for Finn, right? Thank you for your super chat, babe. You brought me back to life. You showed me life. So in a lot of ways, right? Like, it's okay. It's all right. I have come a long way, but yeah, it's weird. I keep showing this photo because I forget that you guys are looking at it it's like when I play the Scientology audios, it's pulling back the Scientology curtain. So like, to me, this is just a normal looking photo because I know what's going on and I know that we're doing a drill, but it is really interesting for you guys to look. He looks like Gru in Despicable Me. That's funny. Dan does kind of look like Gru. But this is a drill being done and he's giving a command and Dan is following it and he's holding on to me. Alex is who I lived with. Alex and his wife, Liz, who has since passed away. So I don't have any more staff photos, although I have one that's ugly and I'm going to put my finger over his face because I don't want to show him right now, but not the gumdrop buttons. Here's a picture of us at a staff muster, but I'm just going to cover his face because I'm not sure if I can show it or I should show it. So I'm just going to cover his face. Okay. But here's a picture of us at a staff. Look at me. I am so ugly. I feel really weird showing this. Look, I have my roll call book. I called roll because I was the HCO officer. So we were at a staff muster. That's Alex and Liz Carr and Dan O'Connor, of course, AKA Gru, and Eric over on the other side and me. I did do roll call. Yes, I didn't think about that, but I was holding my roll call book. Staff muster is done by HCO personnel. So yeah, I really do like this picture though. Makes me sad, but I feel like I grew up way too fast. Yeah. Okay, so the other pictures that I have are pictures of when I went to Germany and the Patrons Ball. That's funny. I never put that together that I did roll call. Yes, I did roll call. Thank you, T. Louise. I did not think of that. I did not put the two together. I feel like I still have blood in my throat. Hey, Blue Girl. You were grown since you were born to them. Yeah. Well, we're treated as such too. Hey, Mama Smurf. I just took this because you guys remember my favorite movie was The Silence of the Lambs. I took this when I was in London. I ate his liver with some fava beans. I thought that was the coolest thing. Nothing to do with anything. I just liked it. And same with this. This is a happy moment with me in London. Yeah, Huxley. I do look a lot like Huxley. I do. When in those pictures. Yeah, here was me in London. I thought that was kind of a cool picture. I'm glad I have that picture. I'd love to go back to London. Hey, Janet. Thank you, Muffet Lou. Oh, has my biological father met Miscavige? Oh yeah, they're buddies. Miscavige is friends with all the big whales, all the big fish. So I went to Germany. You know what IAS stands for? Hey, Elena Rainerman. IAS stands for the International Association of Scientologists. So you can see this guy's jacket says IAS. That was in Hamburg, Germany. I went to a religious freedom protest march. Oh, wow, Theta Baby. That's crazy. This was also Germany. That was in Hamburg when we went and they released the balloons when they opened the org. Speaking of Germany, has anybody seen Sophia? I haven't seen her for like a week now, it seems. I hope she's okay. I'm gonna have to send her a message. I went and visited the, whatever this is. What is this? Some kind of a palace? Isn't that where the queen lived or something? That's funny, Lori Lee. This is an interesting picture. Okay, you dear, good. I just want to make sure she's okay. Has anybody heard of St. Hill? Oh, wow, DOA loves rainbows. I don't have a lot because of so many times that I've moved. Has anybody heard of, oh, Buckingham Palace? That was it. Has anyone heard of St. Hill? St. Hill is the original founding org, Scientology org that LRH bought over in Sussex, London. Hey, Cheryl Anderson. I went to St. Hill for this patrons ball, and I had someone take this picture of me, me and LRH, you know, no big deal. I was 16 here. Giant portrait of him behind me. Oh, that's cool, Kestrel. I think I knew that. Apostate Alex, he does protests at St. Hill. Okay, that's cool. Hey, Topsy. Crazy, right? I kind of like this picture, even though it's cut off a little bit. So I'm sorry, my throat's weird because I have all that blood in the back of my throat. I like this picture. So at the doors of when you go into St. Hill, there's these giant lion statues. And I wish this was a better picture, but I still like it. That was in front of the lion statues. Again, I was 16. Frame it. So weird. Weird to go back. Here is, I was getting ready to go up to accept my award. Yeah, I would say it's, thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Thanks, Mrs. EP. Renee B says, is the master a bit accurate? Yes, I would say so. There's a lot in that movie that I thought was great. I didn't think about that. Almost Huxley's age. Yeah, Kimberly. Here is David Miscavige on stage. I was getting ready to go up and accept my award. Yeah, AJ Powers. Thank you, Mittens. Thank you. Kathy says, when you guys flew internationally for these openings or to St. Hill, did they just give you your passports at the airport to use, or did they handle it? No, I had to get a passport. I got a passport because I know that because, of course, it expired and I had to go get a new one last year. It had expired way before. I think it expired when I was like 22 or 23, but I got a passport to go. Yeah. And this was me getting ready to go. I liked the pack of cigs next to me. I was a smoker at 16. But I smoked menthols, but I think at this point I was smoking reds and I'm not sure why. But here is me getting ready to go to an event at the org in St. Hill. That was in London. Kind of wild to find these pictures. This is me in my hotel room in London. I don't know why I was trying to look cool. I like the dark bra under the white t-shirt. That's cool. That's a cool look. It was the year 2000. It was a thing. Hey, Georgia. Here is a picture of David Miscavige. Hey, no one. David Miscavige giving an award to someone on the stage. Thank you, Georgia. I took this picture. This was LRH's office at St. Hill. Thank you, Sassy. I sent some of these pictures to a friend this morning when I found them, and she said, I bet this is hard for you. And I said, it is. I'm actually sitting here crying. And she said, it really paints a picture, though. And her words, her text back said, it really tells a timeline. And I said, yeah, I could see that. Sassy says, that girl is so innocent and independent, all mixed together. Two adjectives that normally don't go together. Very telling. Thank you, Sassy. This is a picture of LRH's office. I don't think you're talking to me, Theta Baby. Vicky C, interesting. You look distant, heartbreaking. Vicky C says your smile doesn't reach your eyes in those pictures, Reese. I can kind of see what you mean. That's depressing. I see what you mean there. It almost looks like a forced smile. The one of Dan holding my arm. You mean Alex? Yeah. I don't know if I did, Martin. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was even smiling there. Yeah, this especially, I didn't notice that until you said it. But to me, what you just said, I'm looking at, like, it does kind of look like I know this was before the fax incident. This was about 6 months, maybe 5 months before the fax incident. Yeah, Marisa Robertson, it does kind of look like, to me, like all the other Scientologists, like soldiers. Like, my smile looks very forced. I agree with that. Thanks, Deanna Downey. I'm happy to share them with you guys. Did I show this? This is LRH's office in St. Hill. I snapped that. I think, hey, Kim is Blue, we're looking at pictures. You might want to go back. Pictures that I found from when I was on staff, Kim is Blue, and when I went to St. Hill when I was 16. I think those chairs, have you guys seen those chairs, or is it just me? The fabric on those chairs, I want to say, is in that famous interview with LRH, but maybe not. Looks familiar to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, he's holding on to me in that picture because he's doing a drill and he's trying to force me to look at whatever he's telling me to look at. These are some people that I snapped a picture with at the party at the AJ Powers. I feel sad. I cried when I looked at these pictures this morning, so I feel like I'm okay now. But I didn't expect to find them. I was just doing a lot of organizing this morning, and I was going through stuff, and I found these, and I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting it. This is me at the St. Hill event with 2 people. Vicky C, you didn't at all. It's a good observation. I appreciate your guys' observations. Oh, I just took this. This is at St. Hill, but I'm not sure what this room was. It was some kind of a study room. I agree with that, Jenny Stout. I feel like the lion picture I was really smiling in. Here's another one, but whoever took this put their finger over, but you can see the. Yeah. Okay, so here's me outside of St. Hill, and you can see this is a fuzzy photo, but the 2 lion statues are on the side. Don't judge my fashion choices at 16. I'm really embarrassed about this picture. God, how embarrassing. Not really, Martin. LRH is worshipped as a Scientologist. You get used to that real fast. We have photos of him all around the orgs, and every time someone accomplishes a course or an auditing action, we go hip hip hooray, and we go Tehran. Hey, Michael Malloy. This was at the patrons ball. There was a party, obviously. Hey, Phoenix Rising. I'm happy to see you. Thank you, babe. Thanks for being on the replay crew. Yeah, Don Moore. Thank you, Sassy Savage. Reese now can configure pictures to make it look like she was there. Some hater will say this. Oh, who cares? I don't care what they think or say. Their opinion has no power here. Here's a band that was going on the night of the party where I got my award up on stage. Thanks, Boomerang Back. And that's all I have because, here's a picture of that Buckingham Palace. What was my award again? I don't know if it's an award. It's the patrons ball, and I became a patron by giving. You donate. I didn't, but my dad did in my name. Obviously, I was 16. $40,000. You give a $40,000 donation to the International Association of the IAS, International Association of Scientologists, and they have the patrons ball every October. I think it's every October at St. Hill. And yes, Shelly Kelly. I shook hands with Miscavige, and he gave me my award again. I have just a duplicate of this, but that's him. I was getting ready to go up and get my award from him. I've met him a couple of times. I never thought anything of him. I thought he was kind of a dick. Hey, Gloria. I was never impressed by David Miscavige. I never liked Tom Cruise, and I never liked David Miscavige. They seemed like conceited assholes to me. They were always, I really, really, really can smell entitlement on people. I don't like people who don't have good manners, and I don't like people who are entitled. Oh my God. Trish. Oh, thanks, Reese, for paying for this party. Here's a piece of paper. He is. He is short. He is. Yeah. $40,000 is nothing. DOA loves rainbows. Like most whale Scientologists are giving millions and millions of dollars. I mean, a patron's like, hey, Helen Mirritz. A patron is like the lowest. No, I guess I think there's a $20,000. I mean, there might even be a 10, but you're pretty low on the scale if you're given that money. Like most people are striving to give millions because, hey, Barbara Waite, they have different tiers, right? Levels. So there's like patron. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. There's patron meritorious, which I think is like 50,000, or there's gold meritorious, platinum meritorious. There's meritorious with honors. Like it's always these stupid levels that people want to climb to. It's all about, oh my God, I have to take a picture of that and show you guys. What do you get for donating? Nothing. Trisha was right. You get a piece of paper. Look at this picture I just took. Lori Lee, it's a great movie. He's so stressed out. I wish he would relax. Yeah, it's all different levels, and he is so cute. That means a lot to me. That position means a lot to me. That means total trust is what that means. You look so depleted in those pictures. Incredibly stupid, meritorious. It's amazing what you have shared. I hope one day I can do the same. I see you in your pictures. I know I can relate. I wish I could show you my pictures too. Same dehumanizing face. I'm sorry, my friend. And I hope you can too. It can be very therapeutic, but at the same time, don't push yourself to do it till you're ready, right? I don't know that I could have shot. I've had my YouTube channel almost 2 years and I've never shown these photos. So I don't honestly know that it's something I could have done a year ago. I might have struggled a little bit more with that. I'm a huge, huge supporter and believer in therapy. And I feel much stronger. Like I can show this stuff. I can talk about this stuff easier without breaking down or getting upset. So don't do it until you know that you're ready to do it. Right. So just going back through. Yeah. DOA loves rainbows. That position does mean, hey, truth seeker. Bye, Peggy Collins. Love you, girl. Thank you for being here. Have fun at the hockey game. That means total trust. I've had him less than a week. By the way, you know what I thought of today? Just side note about this cat. I got him on Mother's Day, which I think is really cool, right? It's very special to me. I got Moose on Father's Day. That's why his name is Moose, because Tommy named him Moose, because Tommy's dad's name was Moose, right? So I think that's kind of neat that I got him on Mother's Day and Moose on Father's Day. Anyway, just a side note, I thought that was crazy. That is, once again, Dan O'Connor and his sister, Kathy, who is the one that called me right after I got outed by Aaron. That woman in the photo is Kathy. Guys, Kathy is the one who talks about grandma's vase. And once you break it, you can't put it back together. Kathy is the one who is so annoying in that recorded call where she's like, what can be done about it? Not to shut you up, but what can be done? Remember how many times? Yeah, Renee B, his father's a creme. Do you remember how many times Kathy said that in that phone call? Not to shut you up. Not to shut you up, but what can be done? Remember how she was like, do you promise to never speak to Aaron Smith Levin again? What can be done that we can quiet you? That's her. So you guys have a face to the name. Yes, Martin, I don't not understand. Kathy is the one. Hey, my lawyer friend Denise, what's the repair? What's the repair? Yes. Oh my God, there were so many one-liners with Kathy. I don't not understand. I don't not understand. That's Kathy, Dan O'Connor's sister. The one who I told her that it was statutory rape and she was like, huh, yeah. Like she didn't give a shit at all. Yeah. She's definitely a mean girl. Yep, that's her, Helena. And that is Faxman Dan himself. Two of the biggest bullies in the org, for sure. The O'Connors, their mother was the meanest person. Once again, off topic, but look at my mom. That's some good genes right there. My mom is a hot Italian babe. She kind of looks like True to It. That's wild. There's mom there with her tiny little waist. I'm kind of re-showing these because some people came in late. And do you guys remember I was telling Kim is Blue when I left the cadet org? If you remember that story when I was 7, when I left the cadet org, my dad broke us out of there and we got into the back. I got into the back of his 67 GTO Pontiac convertible and he put the top down and I started crying thinking I'm free. That was the car. And like I said, my dad was a pool player. See the license plate? It says rack 'em up. That was the car that night that we drove home to Omaha, Nebraska from Clearwater, Florida, breaking out of the Sea Org. Thanks, guys. Yeah, my mom. Oh, look at my parents' wedding picture. Hey, Bigsy. I had a guinea pig that ate this picture. That's why it looks like this. Look at my parents' wedding picture. My dad's suit is killer. I'm into it. Thank you, Kim is Blue. Killer hair, Dad, by the way. That's some good hair. Hey, Riley's human. Crazy. But my mom, God, my mom is so pretty. I've always thought my mom was so pretty. I feel like I look like my dad too, though. If you look at my dad, like I have his face too. You know what sucks? Take a look real quick, guys. I have his giant, hey, Rain. I have his giant bulbous nose. Theta baby, yes. I love that. And I'm happy that you're here. Look at my dad's giant, awful nose. I got his nose. I always hoped that he wasn't really my father, but you can tell. You can tell. I look like my dad. Yeah, it's some 70s hair. When did your parents join Scientology, Jackie? My dad joined, I think, in 1969, and he got my mom in like 1978. Sassy, interesting. That's so true. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, I'm just worried about it. I have a humongous nose. I have a very bulbous nose, and I got his damn nose. He looks like my Aunt Reva. My mom sure is pretty, though. This is a really pretty picture of her. So that 67 GTO was his. This was his 55 Chevy. There's the GTO on the side of the Chevy. You can see it. Don Moore. Hey, Robin W. And then for those of you that just came in, this is, I think, one of the only pictures I have of me. Hey, Charlotte. Huxley kind of looks like your dad. Hey, Cassie Mosier. I could see that. Huxley definitely has hair like my dad's. How did they live together for all those years while your mom wasn't in the church? They didn't. He got her into Scientology like immediately. As soon as they met, he got her into doing Scientology services. Hey, Olivia. And so I don't have really any other photos. This one and the one of me calling muster. This is from January 17th, 2000. This is me. This is where it all happened. This is where Dan O'Connor attacked me. This is HCO. Hey, Heather Rhodes. This is me when I was 16 on staff at the Church of Scientology. That's HCO. That black filing cabinet behind me is where we kept all of the ethics reports. So if you wrote a knowledge report, I filed it in that black cabinet. This is the day. This is not the day. This is about 5 months. Susan Babcock, I got a lot of sun today. That's why I'm not wearing a bra and I barely have any clothes on. Oh, no, my mom didn't like my dad. I don't think so. I don't think she was happy at all. This is the fax machine incident happened right in front of this desk. This is the day or the office where I ran over to a door right here and I locked the door. I called my dad at that phone and he said, lock the door. I'll be there in 3 hours. That's exactly where it happened. That's my pretty much only picture of me when I was on staff. I was 16 there. I joined staff when I was 14, but that was me as the HCO co-officer. You can see that book says HCO. See that? Hey, Janet. See the bridge to total freedom on the side on the wall there? But this is a little bit of a chilling, haunting photo for me. Thank you, Susan. This is a little bit of a haunting photo. HCO stands for Hubbard Communications Office. HCO is a very, you have to be qualified. They call it HCO qualled or out qualled. You have to be qualified to be able to run a post in HCO. Hey, Saved by Grace. And they found out in an auditing session later that I was not qualified. And I got in big trouble for it. I got in huge trouble. They ran a list on me. I had been in HCO and they ran a list on me 2 years after I was in HCO. And at this point I was leaving staff anyway. It was an ethics list and it came up on an ethics list and they were furious that I had been in HCO for 2 years and I ended up not being qualified. Not a lot of people are qualified to work in HCO. It's the highest ethical part of. No, Kim is Blue. It's like if you were going to, you have to have like clearance. I would imagine if you were going to take like a government job, you would have to answer all these questions. You would have to be cleared because not just anybody can work in HCO, obviously, right? It's like the HR version of the place. What did your 24-year-old say when you talked to him as an adult? You talking about last year when I went to Seattle? He was kind. He was kind to me, but it got weird toward the end of our conversation. And he was just super uncomfortable at the end talking to me. And I remember him saying over and over, why didn't you marry me? Why didn't you marry me? And I kept going, I was a child. I was 16. It was very weird. But no, it's like you have to have clearance to work in HCO, Kim is Blue. And you have to be there's so many things that you have to check all the box for to be able to work in HCO. And a lot of adults, I think that's why they put kids in HCO, because most adults are not qualified. No way. It's a very, very, very strict, he was very defensive. It's a very strict list that you have to qualify and get a pass on in order to be an HCO personnel member. So a lot of times kids are HCO because most adults aren't qualified. But this is a bit of a haunting photo because like I can go right back to this memory, right? Like I can totally go right back to it. Like I remember calling my dad right there on that phone, and I remember running over here to the side. There was a door and shutting it as fast as I could and locking it. Right in front of this desk is where I was laying on the floor with Dan on top of me, and I was screaming, "Get him off of me!" And Liz and Linda, his mom, were standing there, right over here. They were standing over here by the door, and that's where Linda went. Look at her, she's fucking out to lunch. Remember when she screamed that? Like, yeah, Sandra. It's I'm glad I have this picture. I cried when I saw it this morning, but I'm glad that I have this picture because it's just a good reminder. But it is crazy. Like the whole incident took place right there. That's where it all went down. That's where the day that my dad said goodbye to me, like it all happened. I think this picture and the one, well, this one's weird for anyone who just came in. That's me and Dan O'Connor doing a drill with Alex. And Alex is holding on to me, giving a command. I might have been younger in this picture because this doesn't have the date on it. It just has a bunch of numbers. Hey, B Willow 5, but that's me and Dan O'Connor and Alex Carr. So I was either 14, 15, or 16 in that picture. And then there's a bunch of people that just came in. All the time, Raymond, I think about that all the time. I don't have an answer, but I think about it. Do you ever wonder what your life would have been like if that didn't happen? I always think, I wish though, that I was never a Scientologist. Like I know what my life would have been like. I would have been a regular kid. And I would have probably finished school and maybe gone to college and like had a normal life. Yeah, it would have been really cool to have normal parents, friends, that kind of thing. How much older are Alex and Dan? So I was either 15, 16 here, I'm guessing. And Dan was 25. I think Dan and I are 9 years apart. Alex is much older than me. Alex Carr is the longest standing staff member in Kansas City. He's been on staff since like 1970. Alex has known me since I was born. Alex was married to Liz. Do you guys remember Liz who died? Remember I went to her funeral and she died when she was doing the training program at Flag. She just died by herself. They didn't call Alex. The Sea Org members just dropped her off at an emergency room and she died. Liz has known me since I was born. I lived with Liz and Alex. Here's a picture of us on staff. That's Liz in the middle and Alex behind her. So they're probably my parents' age. So you're asking me how much older Alex was? He's definitely way older. Dan was not that much older. You can tell Dan is not that old there. You see my book there? That's because I was calling roll. I was doing roll call. I was as HCO personnel when you have staff musters 3 times a day to make sure that everybody is still there and no one ran away. That was me doing roll call. Yeah, I would say that's a sad, my smile isn't very realistic there either. But where's someone with LRH? Here's a picture I just saw. I don't know who the baby is laying on the table with the wine. Fancy. This is my parents and my dad's sister, Linda, who has since passed away. She had some rad hair, red hair. I loved her hair. Look at my mom's hair. Do you guys notice there's just a baby laying on a table with a bunch of wine next to a bottle? I don't know who the person in the blue shirt is. Look at my mom's mop on her head. Is it not weird that there's just a baby laying on a table? I think that's my sister. Oh my God. Yeah, that's Brianna. 100%. I can tell by her eyes and they're not even open. That's totally Brianna. That's some serious volume. That's some voluminous hair, Yadira. I wish I had hair like that. My mom is a true Italian beauty. Isn't it just weird that there's a fucking baby laying on a table? Like no pillow, no nothing. Damn. Throw that baby up on the table. Everybody get your wine. Let's take some pictures. Ignore the baby. Everything was allowed in the 70s. Look at how cute my mom is. We were some tough babies. Yeah. Damn, I should show that to Brianna. Be like, look at how you were treated. Can you imagine if there was YouTube then? Hello, child services. After roll call, did you ever have to report someone as AWOL? More than 2 times, yes. Less than 5, yes. Oh yeah, people, yeah, people would dodge, people would run away, people would blow. That's what they were called. Truth Seeker. These are photos of me when I was in London at the St. Hill in London Church of Scientology, and this is also photos of me when I was in the Kansas City Church of Scientology on staff when I was 16. Yeah, people ran away, and it sucked when they would run away because guess whose job it was to go recover them? Of course, I didn't drive a car then, so somebody had to drive me, and we would go recover them. And if they ran away to another state, you still had to go get them. They would what's called blow. It's a Scientology term for an unexcused leave. Yes, Michael Malloy. So people that blow it was an unexcused leave. So yes, people blew staff. Absolutely, people there would be staff that would blow, but also public. You would have a public that would blow and not come back for auditing or course. You had to go recover them. It wasn't my job to recover them, but did I tackle them? No. But yeah, staff members, that's an ethics situation, and I was ethics. So yes, yeah, I had to go back and recover them. And sometimes they would blow to another state, and we would have to take a fucking road trip and go get them. Hey, I am the walrus. So I was going to find that other picture of me and LRH. Yeah, here's me and LRH at the St. Hill. How do you recover them? You bust into wherever they are and you say, time to come home, son. No joke. Hey, Jellycats. I've had to be recovered. I've blown before. They just bust on your ass and they're like, looks like you lost your way. We're here to help you find it back. They don't fuck around, and it sucks because, love you, old Charlie, because when you get in that car and you go back, you're getting ready to go back to prison in a bad way. It's bad. It's bad. You're going to go do a heavy hands on you. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. They force you back if they can find you. Typically, physically. Absolutely. Yeah. I have been drugged out against my will. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. They don't fuck around, guys. They don't have very many members. It's not like there's hundreds of us. Is that kidnapping? There are no laws. So, probably Alice. There are no laws. So within Scientology. So yeah, they would have me at 16 years old go and get people. Yeah, you go get them. You go get them. You drag them out of there. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's happened. I've seen it happen and it's happened to me. Here's a picture of me at the England St. Hill Church of Scientology in Sussex, England. You know, me and Ron just hanging out there together in the ballroom. Of course, no one. That's hilarious, Jellycats. Nope, they would just say somebody is blown. Somebody blew staff. That's why you do muster so much. You really keep track of your flock because it's small. It's typically quite small. So yeah, no, it's no joke, guys. It's no joke. There's another picture of me that I liked. We were talking about earlier how, hey, there's me in a phone booth in England. It's sort of, yeah, I could see that. It's sort of like military clearance procedures. I mean, guys, they have their own laws. I know this is shocking to you guys, but they have their own set of way of doing things. And it's not like anybody's going to call 911. No one's going to call the police, right? Like we are the police. It's just, yeah, it's just, I mean, sorry, I know that's upsetting to a lot of people, but that's how Scientology runs their shows. Here's a picture of me in England getting ready to go to the org. Yeah, it probably is. Barbara Waite. Everybody was saying how that doesn't look like a real smile. It looks forced. Thank you, Bella. Interesting, Bumblebee. And here's me right outside St. Hill at the doors where there's those lion statues. Oh yeah, they have to recover public. You know, there was a time when I was talking to a law firm and I had to give them these photos because it's outside of the statute of limitations, but this was considered trafficking. This was considered trafficking because I was underage. I was a minor and they just flew me. They just had me fly to another country because I also went to Germany. This is London. I went to Germany for a March for Religious Freedom. That's Hamburg, Germany. See the German wording, language? This is Germany. IAS stands for International Association of Scientologists. I took this picture. This was at the Hamburg March. I was gone for 2 weeks. We were there for a week in Germany and a week in London. But I'm pretty sure the attorneys that I talked with, because I was a minor and they just shipped me overseas, that's trafficking of a minor. But everything, according to these attorneys, was outside of the statute of limitations, which is a bummer. It's kind of a shame that there's even an expiration date on that kind of a thing. Like the statutory rape, I'm shocked that there's even like an expiration on that, right? Yeah, Kim is blue. It was my job. Kim is blue. Joanne. Nobody took me. Hey, Brian Bolin. No, no. Nobody took me. They shipped me over there. My dad bought me a plane ticket. He didn't go with me. My dad bought me a plane ticket, and I went to London first, and he booked a hotel for me there. And I went to London, and then took like a, I can't believe I did all this. When I think back on it, I'm like, I can't believe that I did all of that. I don't think I would have been comfortable doing that today. I remember getting on this tiny little propeller plane to fly to Hamburg, Germany. And I remember it because I was a little freaked out at how small it was and it was loud. But also I remember specific, because you guys know I have the palate of a 5-year-old. And so I eat like SpaghettiOs. Like I don't eat only Sea Org. Sea Org you call sir. I remember being on this plane and they were serving German food. It was a German meal. And it was like hot dogs or something weird. And I was like, whoa, I'm not eating that. I just remember being really freaked out at the smell. It was like sauerkraut. It was disgusting. So yeah, they just shipped me. I was 16. Totally. I don't think that's illegal. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Kfake, exactly. I've been thinking how you look nervous. Probably. Yeah. When are you sending Hux out of the country? Can you imagine? Yeah. Huxley's going to be 16 in a few months. Actually, today is Huxley's half birthday. Bratwurst. Yeah. Today is his half birthday. He will be 16 in 6 months. Yeah, today is his half birthday. So can you imagine? Like you're going to fly over here and accept your award. Here's for the people who are just coming in. That's David Miscavige. That's the stage where I went up and got my award from David Miscavige. I'm sorry, Theta Baby. Hey, Sweet Liberty. So David Miscavige gave me my award. That's at St. Hill in London at the Patrons Ball when I was 16. Happy birthday to your daughter tomorrow, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hey, Carrie Ann. Am I taller than him? I don't think so. He doesn't look that short to me in real life. Kids can travel internationally on their own. High school kids go away to another country for a full year, but just being sent off by the church is something else. Yeah. Yeah, it seems weird to me. Looking back, I mean, let's put it this way. I'm a mother now. I have a son who's going to be 16. Never, ever, ever in a billion-year contract would I allow that. Ever. I don't even know that. I mean, I'm such a weird mom about safety. I'm so weird about Huxley's safety. I don't talk about it a lot, but like, I don't even know that I would let him do that with like a group of people and a teacher. I don't know that I'd be cool with it. Honestly, I know I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd be comfortable with Huxley leaving the country. I just don't. It would take, I mean, I would probably have to be if it was something he really, really wanted to do and I knew everything was in place, but like I would feel very uneasy about that. I would feel, he went to a birthday party not that long ago and I was like texting him. I was like, how are you? Where are you? What are you doing now? Like, I'm not used to him being gone. It's just been Huxley and I for a very long time. And I'm not really comfortable with him being away from me. I know that sounds weird. Huxley is taking driver's ed. Yep, he is. I don't need any gifts though, Raymond. I just don't. The only thing I have, guys, on my Amazon wish list now is cat and dog stuff, pet stuff. I don't expect anything from anybody. I appreciate that, but I don't need anything. Yeah, Joanne Morrison, it's different because I was by myself. I wasn't like, hey, Carrie Wilson. I wasn't with a group of people. Thank you, Daughter of the King. I thought it was really ugly. Yeah, I'm glad that I found these pictures. It's wild. Again, Faxman Dan, guys. I know I keep showing these, but Dan and Kathy, brother and sister. He looks like a cocky asshole, doesn't he? Just look at his body language. He just looks like a dickhead. Like, I run this show. He was very much that way. Even though we were friends, he was very much that way. And again, here's my father. Oh, any good memories? Yeah, definitely. I remember my most favorite memory of True to It. Yeah, he looks smug. My most favorite memory of going to on that trip, I did not like Germany at all. I felt like it was totally different than London. I spent the first week in London. Does Dan have creepy eyes? Yeah. Yeah, he does. Lori Lee. My first, yeah, look at Dan there. Can I ask what Scientologists think where Shelley is? I have no idea. I don't know much about Shelley. So when I got there, the people of London, he does kind of have almost black eyes. Thank you, Sassy. You're welcome to ask anything if you want. Yeah, he does. He looks like a smug asshole. The people of London were so nice. London was such a cool, yes, Elena, London was such a cool town, city. Like, people were friendly. I got to go see that Buckingham Palace. Like, it was really, really special. I never saw Shelley and David together. No, I didn't. Just I felt safe in London. It was just super populated and cool. And then when I got to Germany, it felt the opposite. Like it was cold feeling and the people were not nearly as friendly. I don't know if maybe German people don't like Americans as much, but just doing that. Now, I take that back. Hey, Caroline in Canada. Thank you, Caroline in Canada. I take that back about Germany. You know what? I just realized something. Who you were was hidden back then, but was always there. Thank you, Kathy Ann. That's very true. That's very true, I would say, babe. Thank you for being a member. I love you. I just realized something. I bet the people of Germany were not friendly because we were there doing a religious protest march. We were there. They probably didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. We were there doing a religious protest march. Yeah, Renee B. Yeah, I'm the walrus, the cat. So that makes total sense. I didn't think of that. That's probably why those people were not very friendly. I just felt like Germany was not as warm. And is Scientology banned there now, says Don Moore? I don't know. I don't keep up on the current stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Bumblebee. I agree with that. Oh, is that the Danish flag? Is that the Danish flag, Martin? It is. Why? Why would that? That's not German. Is that just somebody holding up because they're Danish? True. Raymond says, not at all surprising that you feel that way being an American with no friends there. I didn't know anybody there. I knew none of these people. Like, I remember this guy in the jacket. This guy right here in this jacket. His name was I think his name was Alejandro. Oh, the London people were really nice. Let's see. This guy, Alejandro, is this guy in this picture. Hey, Don. This is the only person that this guy in this jacket, he's the only person that I kind of made friends with. That's why I took a picture with him. So yeah, I was there I wasn't there with like a group of people. So yeah, weird, right? Isn't that so weird? I am so blown away by this picture. Again, for anybody who's just coming in, this is a picture of me in HCO in my office where I got hit with the fax machine. That's true. Elena Rainerman says this is exactly how you described it, the picture in front of the file cabinet. See, I appreciate you saying that, Elena Rainerman, because sometimes, because Barbara Wade, he was out of control that day because I didn't send a telex that I said that I had sent, and it was after 2:00 on Thursday, which is the deadline. Hey, Angel K. Hey, Jojo Bananas. So I appreciate you saying that, Elena Rainerman, because a lot of people, I don't know how many, but it seems like a handful of people try to say this story wasn't real. Have I had a real vacation since I've been out? I went on my honeymoon to Charleston with Jeff. That's the only vacation I've taken. I've always wanted to be someone who takes vacations. I know people take vacations, but no. Yes, Robin W. That is the filing cabinet that Tom pushed me up against. Yes. I was filing ethics files. Didn't Dan cheat on his first wife in his own house? Yes. It was a birthday party. He cheated on her in the basement. He cheated with another woman who he's married to now. I appreciate that because it's validating for Elena Rainerman to say that. Even though we don't let it get to us, there are people out there. Guys, this is insane, but there are people out there that say that none of my stories are true. There are people out there that say the Dan O'Connor thing didn't happen. I will, Angel K. There are people out there that are so insane that they say, hey, P. Taylor, they say she wasn't even really a Scientologist. There are people, hey, Tammy Kennelly, there are people out there that say the whole thing with her being outed by Aaron was a scam. So it just feels good sometimes to be validated and to find these kinds of pictures. I've had my YouTube channel almost 2 years, and I've never shown these pictures. I've just told you the stories, right? I've just told you the stories. I have never shown these. So this is, I know Kim is blue. It's validating to find these. It's validating to talk about it. But yeah, so this is January 17th of 2000. I was 16 years old. Hey, Heather. And this is me when I was 16 in HCO. You can see right there. See on that book, it says HCO. And there's the Bridge to Total Freedom. That black filing cabinet behind me is the cabinet where I kept all the ethics files of the org. And right in front of this, I know I keep telling the story, but more people keep coming in. And honestly, I think who took the picture? I'm guessing Todd Reed. He was the HAS at the time. The HAS is the HCO area secretary. I was his junior, the COPE officer. He ended up leaving staff, but I'm almost positive that Todd took this because not just anybody can come in. You cannot come into HCO if you are not HCO personnel. And for the majority of my time on staff, it was just me because Todd was only on staff for, thank you, Lumen. Todd was on staff for what's in my hand. Oh, I was putting on, it looks like lipstick. I was holding a Clinique mirror. See that? It says Clinique. I was putting makeup on. See this little pink makeup bag? Right there. Todd was only on staff for 6 to 8 months, maybe at the most. He was Canadian and he moved back to Canada. He actually has since died. I loved Todd Reed. He died of colon cancer. He was a young guy and he was married to a woman named Heidi. They got divorced, but they had like 5 kids and it was really sad. It made me very sad, Audrey. I love that, Marisa. I love Canadians. But right in front of this desk, how did you get from London to St. Hill? Is it a long drive? I'm assuming I feel like maybe I might have taken a train, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I remember the plane to Germany. I don't know. I don't know how I did. No, I haven't. Well, not recently, Renee B, but he has seen it, I think, once, but I'll have to show him. So in front of this desk, you guys, was the day that Dan O'Connor came in and did his fax machine throwing at me. The door is over here to leave. This is the phone where I called my dad. And I went over here and I locked the door and shut it. But that is where it all happened, where the guy pushed me up against the filing cabinet, the Treasury Secretary. He wasn't supposed to be in there. He came in and pushed me up against this cabinet. That's where it all happened. I love that we have so many Canadians. That's amazing. I love that, LCAT J. I have several extra large chops that are too big for me since my heart surgery. By the way, I'm glad that you're through that. I looked pregnant, then suddenly said Reese and grabbed a belt and it looked great. Thanks for the fashion advice. You know, it's crazy that you say that. I belted something yesterday. It's actually a big office, Angel K. This is a pretty big office. Like, so this is right where you walk in and here's my desk, but there was like a whole big room in front of that. I put on a belt yesterday and I was going through my belts and I was like, God, I'm so glad I have all these belts. And it really made the outfit. It's what I took Huxley out to dinner in. And I was like, dang, adding this belt really helped. I loved it. Hey, Tony P. Anyway, guys, it's just validating for me. Again, when I saw these pictures this morning, I cried, but I feel better now. And it's just validating for me. I keep repeating myself, but to see these, you know, like, I don't care so much that someone said the Dan O'Connor incident didn't happen. Someone who doesn't know me, who wasn't there, who knows nothing about me, right? But you know what bothers me more than that, way more than that? Do you guys remember when Dan O'Connor, right back when I first started, love you, Tony P. Hey, Nancy Stitchin. We've been on for a while, but Nancy, I hope that you watched this stream because I was showing pictures of me when I found pictures today when I was on staff at the Church of Scientology in Kansas City and when I went to London and Germany. And Celtic Knot, he's sitting right next to me. Nancy, this is a picture of me when I was 16 in HCO. When I was on staff at the Church of Scientology. This is exactly where it happened, the incident with Dan O'Connor, Nancy. Yeah, he reached out to Aaron. So Dan O'Connor, if you remember, when I first started streaming with Aaron, he sent him an email, which was so stupid. Like, what a weird thing to do. Like, that Aaron, you think Aaron and I aren't going to read that and break it down? Thank you, Vicky C. Dan O'Connor sent Aaron an email and said, like, do you remember how he described me? He called me that woman. He said he like didn't even know me. And he said I was such a liar. Come to find out, everybody's going to start calling me that years down the road on your YouTube channel. Like, everybody calls me a liar. Dan said, if you remember that, guys, that email he sent Aaron, he was like, I hardly know that woman. He was like, and she's claiming this, and I barely know her. There's me and Dan O'Connor when I'm 16 years old doing a drill together. Thank you, Mrs. Thick and Tired. I love turquoise so much. Dan is in cahoots with the haters. Who knows? Could be. Yeah. Joanne Morrison says, hadn't Aaron had an experience with the O'Connor family violence? Wasn't he able to validate what you were saying? I mean, yeah, he could validate it. Aaron wasn't there, but of course he knew I was telling the truth. And I don't want to talk about Aaron's story because it's very sad, his story with Dan O'Connor. But yes, he had experienced violence and it's sad. It's not my story to talk about. Who's the other guy? This is Alex Carr. He is the longest staff member. He's been on staff the longest in Kansas City. He's married to Liz Carr, who passed away. I lived with them when I was on staff. If you guys remember that story, that Liz died when she was just dropped off by the stupid Sea Word members when she was there for her, where is the picture? There for her training. So here's a picture. I'm blocking out his face, but here's a picture of me with Liz and Alex in the middle. Dan O'Connor again, the guy that called me that woman. Thank you, Tony P. That's me with my roll call book, guys. So that is Alex Carr. He's doing a drill, TR drill. See how he's holding on to me? But I love, like, this is very validating, finding these photos. Who are you blocking? I'm blocking someone who I don't know that he's not a Scientologist anymore. And I don't really want to show his face. I'm sure I can, it's not illegal, but I just feel out of respect. I don't really want to, that's all. Love you. Thank you, Mrs. Thick and Tired. But it's validating. I know I keep repeating myself, guys. I'm aware that I'm doing it, but like, this is just very validating that not so much that I care about someone out there on YouTube saying Reese's story isn't real and she's lying about it, right? But it's more Dan saying, I barely knew her or I didn't know her, that woman. I just said who I was blocking, Topsy. I look really bad in that group photo. Yeah, I look really tired. I mean, I was either 14, 15, or 16. This one doesn't have a date on it, but yeah, I mean, I was a kid working like 16 hours a day. Thanks, Eric. I look to me like malnourished, like super pale. Yeah, Nancy's right. Reese, your own taped phone calls acknowledge this happening. You mentioned it to a couple people and no one suggested it didn't happen. Unbelievable that anyone would suggest otherwise. Yeah. Well, there was another person that said like it didn't happen, or she was convinced it didn't happen because of conclusions that they draw. I mean, I think a couple people said that, and it doesn't matter, right? I mean, it did, and I was there, and I have everything I need to tell you that. But people will still be hateful, and people will still try to doubt people's trauma, which is just, it's not classy to do that, in my opinion. But thank you, Nancy. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, Topsy, I agree. I agree with that. And again, there's Dan O'Connor and his sister. Yeah, it is, Kat, but some people don't have their own stories to tell, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to give that any energy or attention. It's been said. It's been done, right? Like, I'm over it. I'm bored with it, tired of it. But I'm glad that we did this together. Honestly, it was very therapeutic. Nancy, that's a picture. Hey, Angie Moe, that's me in London at St. Hill when I was 16. Yeah, Lori Lee. It is baffling. I agree. And then this is a really creepy picture of me and L. Ron Hubbard in St. Hill when I was 16. Yeah, Audrey, thank you. I feel validated, guys. Thank you for sitting through this with me. And thank you for just listening. Thank you for listening. And there's my hot mom. Thanks, Tony P. Yeah, and I was showing, here's a creepy ass picture. I was going up on the stage. I took that. That's Miss Miscavige. I agree with that, Cindy B. Thank you. And I agree. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. Who is more important, those who believe you or those who don't? Stop giving your doubters power. And it's 15%. It's the cult of 15, right? Thank you, True to It. I believe that individual suffered her own trauma. Could you imagine telling her what she suffered didn't happen? You look like your mom in that photo. Yeah, I said that on a stream when I named her. I just said, can you imagine? I think I named her. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to fight with that woman anymore. But thanks, Liz Delgado. I think I said something like that because I know she's been through some serious pain and trauma. And I believe every second and ounce of it, right? I have no reason to doubt it. It's would be creepy and insane for me to do that. And I believe people who say the pain they've been through. I don't have any reason to not believe that. So yes, Nancy, you're right. It's painful and it's too bad. And I hope that one day they realize they wish they hadn't done that, right? But thank you for validating it, Nancy. But yeah, guys, I'm glad that we did this. And it was just very healing. It was healing to find these photos. It was hard for me to go back. I did cry when I looked at them this morning. It was hard for me to go through these, but I'm super, super happy that I found them. I'm glad that I have them. It's all that I have. I don't have any other pictures. I have my baby book, but I don't have any other pictures of me. Yeah, True to It. Of me when I was a kid on staff at the Church of Scientology. And like I said, I texted these to a friend today and she said, this is very telling. And she said, this really shows a timeline. And she said, I'm sure this is painful for you. And I said, yeah, it is. It's hard. It's hard to look at them, but I wasn't expecting to find them. I was organizing my office. So please hit subscribe while you're in here. Thank you. This was a harder stream. And I don't always talk about Scientology, but when I do, thank you, Jojo. Love you, girl. Yeah, I like that. Denying the humanity of others is denying your own. It's just a weird thing to do. It's an incident that happened 30 plus years ago, right? Not quite 30, 20 plus years ago. Like, how can you comment on somebody's story like that? It just feels wrong, feels cringy, it feels dirty. Thank you, Topsy. I know, Cliff Ann. Yeah, I don't always talk Scientology, but when I do, it's very therapeutic for me. So I appreciate you guys listening. I know it's not everybody's favorite topic. I really do. It's not the most fun subject to discuss, but every time I do, I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit more healed. I feel like I want to be a better person. Like, it just makes me feel, I don't know how else to put it. Thanks, Rain. Yeah, Kim is Blue. I just feel like I'm working through stuff and it makes me feel, that's what this channel's about. That's what this channel was started on, like coming out of it, of the cult, and what do we do next, and how do we heal from it? How do we unlearn these things, like step by step, right? This was a step. Love you, Topsy. Thank you guys for being with me through this. I always feel better. Yes. Thank you, Donna. This is exactly what I was going to say. It's validating, will help you on your healing journey. So glad to be here and support. This is what I mean. I feel like when I do these heavier streams, yeah, Michael Malloy, when I do these heavier streams, I feel like you guys hold my hand through these. There's almost 500 people in here. Like, it is not anything I ever take for granted. I'm super grateful that you guys sat here with me and held my hand through this because I needed it. I love hearing your take on Scientology. Thanks for opening up to us. Tashbits, thank you for being here. I mean it, guys. Like, your time means everything to me. You sitting here listening with me and going through it, giving your feedback, it just does something to me. It heals me. It heals me. Yeah, Cindy B. Thank you, Michael Malloy. Hey, Puka Vista. Love this growth. Thank you, JW. Love you, girl. Thank you for being here with me. I'm happy I got to see you. Bumblebee says, watching you do this makes it easier for us who haven't told everything. I appreciate that, Bumblebee. And I know what you mean. Thank you. Thank you, True to It. You can tell it's touch on you if others can't see that they are blind. Yeah, and it's not a story, Rain, that I need to prove. Tough on you. Yeah, you can tell it's tough on you. It's okay. There's always going to be people out there that say I'm a giant liar, I'm a fraudster, I'm a scammer, I'm a whatever. You know, the list goes on and on. The good news is, love you too, Buffy. The good news is, guys, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. Thank you, Martin. I don't have to prove anything to the haters, and I don't have to prove anything to the people who support me either. I do this because I choose to, because you guys are so loving and warm and comforting. You make me feel safe to talk about this stuff. It's not easy to talk about this stuff. I would much rather have a funny stream and just laugh, but this stuff needs to be talked about too. It shines the light on Scientology because right now there's a girl that this is happening to right now. I guarantee you there's many, many, many girls right now that this is happening to. So while it's not easy to talk about this stuff and it's not my favorite style of stream, it's really important. It's really important to show the evidence that I have. And I'm grateful that I have it. I'm grateful that I have those recordings. I'm grateful that I found these pictures because they're real. They have a date on them. Thanks, Lori Lee. Hey, Beach Bum Beagle. And I hope one day to be able to do this on a bigger scale. As hard as it is for me, I think it's because I'm still newly out. It's not easy for me to do this, but this makes me think of before I ever went on Aaron's show. I said to Huxley in the kitchen of our old house years ago, I said, I've been caught, I've been outed. And I said, this guy, Aaron Smith Levin, is helping me. And I said, he wants to have me on his show to tell my story. And I said, what do you think about that? And my smart, genius, little, honest, big-hearted, mature child at the time even said, I think you should do it. If there's somebody out there that this is happening to, like it happened to you, I think you should tell your story. If it helps somebody, I think you should do it. And that was all I needed. If Huxley would have said, I think it's a bad idea, I may not have ever gone on Aaron's show. I might have listened to him and just said, you're right. I'm not going to do it if I don't have your blessing. And those were his words. He said, if you tell that story and it helps another young girl in a situation like that, thank you, Lemster. Then he said, I think you should do it. So I hope that someday we can do this on a bigger scale. I hope that we can actually reach some people and I can tell this story. I mean, this is a pretty big scale, right? This channel has over 5 million views. It gets seen. But I hope that someday I can even do something more grand to help shine the light on this. Because this wasn't fair. I shouldn't have been working 16 hours a day in this office. I started doing this when I was 14 in this office. Love you, Riley's Human. There's nothing that was right about this. And it's happening right now to somebody else. Multiple kids, male and female. It's happening to. So I don't like doing these streams, but I think I should hang on to this picture close so that we can show it sometimes as a reminder that Scientology is an evil cult. And there's a lot of people still in it that I know that were part of this, that were in on it. Some pretty sick, dark shit. It's very evil. Yeah, my father should have known better. He probably did, Cliffman, but he didn't care about his kids. Anyway, guys, thank you for holding my hand through this today. I needed it. I needed the support, and I love you all. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your super chats, as always. Thank you for your memberships. But most importantly, your time, your wisdom, your feedback, your comforting messages. Kiki, I love you too. I really appreciate it, guys. And I'm glad I showed these to you. I've never shown those pictures. I love you, Marie Marion. Love you, Robin W. I've never shown those pictures in almost 2 years. Thank you, D. Colty Field. It's very validating today to do that. I feel lighter weight. Love you, Crystal Primo. So guys, on that note, hit subscribe. I love you and thank you for being here. I should see everybody tomorrow. Okay. Love you guys. Here comes Fred.